So I just want to teach you one objection handler for this one. Some of you know where I'm going that know me. There's only one to do. And so if we could come in the back door, so all of my theory and all of my ways of teaching is to come into a psychological back door of their brain. Because if we come in the front door typically is locked. They don't want to tell you the truth. And they end up giving us, for lack of a better word, some story, better known as a lie, or maybe not the truth, or BS. So what we want to do now is how do we bring the truth out of them without them getting defensive? So we should know this by now, and we should only study one objection handler. There's so much out there that confuses us. So the person says, you know what? Hey, we're thinking about moving to Idaho because we hate our state and we hate our people and we hate everybody in our state. So we want to come someplace where we can love. So we want to go to Idaho. Great. So we want to do that in May. Okay, great. Well, that's fantastic. I'm very excited about that. Let me ask this question. Here's the objection handler. If it makes financial sense, ... to move your time frame up, ... would you consider it? Now watch. The dots are for a pause. Because people do not hear you, just like our kids. They do this, la la da 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 da. Adults do the same thing in an adult version. So we need to talk in bullet points. So let me ask you this. This is exciting. You're coming over. If it made financial sense, Mr. Wherever you come from, to move your time frame up, would you consider it? Please listen. Everybody listen up. Mm-hmm. I'm asking a business question that typically doesn't give me that kind of answer when you ask that type of question that way. So the question is, if it makes financial sense. So now who doesn't want to make financial sense? So now we put curiosity in the conversation. And so they're going to probably ask you this. Most humans, 80% of the time, will go like this. Well, what do you mean, Elizabeth? I mean, what do you mean financial sense? Yeah. Now they have walked into this little web that we've created. They've taken the first step in. Now, the hard part of that whole thing is that we have to give them 3 points why it's good to do things earlier than later. So we need to create 3 reasons why earlier is better. Because well, what do you mean? So what could those 3 reasons be? And you know your market better than I do. What could be 3 reasons why, or anybody from Idaho, or anybody just in general, to want to move their time frame up? What would be some things that we can talk about? And let me just step back. Typically, these things have to be something about a fear of loss. And in real estate, it's usually money and time. Mm-hmm. So what can we say are 3 things?
Interest rate hikes.
Yeah. Okay. We got interest rates are happening. And we know, Mr. Buyer, that you lose 1% buying power anytime that rate goes up by 1%. That's one of our, so my concern for you is, and then you bring up this, what else could be another one?
Competition. There's less competition now versus later.
Ooh, I like that for buying. Yeah. Beautiful. There, you know, and if you do something earlier, we tend to see a lot more competition happening in the spring or around that time. So you'll have less competition for that nice home that you're looking to buy. Great. What's another one?
Uncertainty on home appreciation, just like the rates.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately in Idaho, everything's great going on there. Things are just raising. So kind of like Denver. Depending on where they come from, like, okay, so you just hit on something, Joe. If, I don't know where they're coming from, Elizabeth, but if they were coming from some market that they're starting to see a decline.
No, Sonoma.
Sonoma. Whoa, what's happening at Sonoma?
In downtown Sonoma, it's the high rent district.
Wow. So they're coming to probably save money.
Of equity and probably buy down.
Yeah, right. And so anyway, you start to know that. So just from a human, I want to give you a structure. We now come in the back door. Hey, if for any time outside of tomorrow, they want to do something 3 weeks, a month, 3 months, 6 months. Well, great. That's exciting. If it makes financial sense to move your time frame up, would you consider it? Whoa, what do you mean? Well, here's my concern for you. And guys, you should study this, and those should be the words that come out of your mouth exactly like that. And for some reason, people want to manipulate the words so they can feel good about them. But what ends up happening is that any word could take that brain off track. This is a very delicate process when we're overcoming objections. And typically we do our shtick. You know what our shtick is? Whatever that shtick is that you do. You know, we do the Bill Crespo shuffle, or we do the Elizabeth shuffle, or we do the Allen shuffle, whatever that may be. And that may confuse the brain. It's a very delicate process for them to listen to us. It's a delicate process for our kids to listen to us when they were little. It's harder when they're adults because they got their own opinion and the ego gets in the way. So Mr. Buyer, if it made financial sense, pregnant pause, to move your time frame up, would you consider it?